Welcome back to another Tuesday night. We had a fun one tonight. Hopefully, I don't know if this is going to pop up, but my laptop has something weird. There's a little line here on the side. And I don't know if that'll actually pop in the video or if that's just like a hardware thing. I think it's a hardware thing. Just behind my screen. So, hopefully that doesn't make a difference. Anyway, so we had a Crater Lake 4v4. It was a crazy matchup. Without further ado, get right into it. So you have yours truly, Ugliest, as the Turks. The Turks hadn't been used yet, so I was like, hey, they need a statistic. Let's use the Turks. And then we have Jeff Miller as the Dravidians. We have Jono as the Byzantine. And then we had Chase Armies as the Spanish. That is Team 1. I was actually very, very surprised at Chase this game. They dubbed Chase the MVP of this game. Larry specifically did. And he did a really good job because, one, he was out over here, so he was holding off. But then on the sea, apparently, and I guess we'll see, Lars said that he had a Navy super quick. And that's what my biggest worry was, is like, alright, if we're going to have Chase on the water, or whoever, they need to be able to have a Navy like super, super quick. And I didn't consider Chase like a at treaty drop ready person, him or Jono, but apparently he was. So we'll have to see that. Okay, we got walls here, double walls. Okay. On the other side, we have Larry Hunt as their Spanish. We have Tanner as the Vikings, all in on the water. We have Spencer as the Goths. This was my biggest worry. I was like, dang it. I hate going against Spencer as the Goths. I really do. He Goths so well. But he's a pocket for Jake, and Jake is the Dravidians as well. So, at least from my team's perspective, I was like, okay, this is good. Jake is not typically a at treaty drop kind of guy, which means I don't think he's going to have a lot of military units at treaty drop. So I'm just going to try and just put a bunch of bombard cannons there and just see how much I could kill of Jake before military units actually start showing up. So that was my plan. If this were Michi, I probably would have been a lot more ready, but there's a lot of interesting things and I'm right on the water, so we'll see. Let's see. Jeff is all in on the water. These Dravidian ships are just awesome. They're huge. Jeff said this is what won us the game here in the middle, because no one went to the middle here. I think there's always somebody. I think it's Barzy. There's some other person who always gets the middle on Crater Lake. But so Jeff got here, and there's a whole bunch of gold, so he was feeding us gold because everyone was out of gold. I didn't have any gold mines near me. It was a bad day. But anyways, okay, so we got 5 minutes left. Let's kind of go like this a little bit. I think I built a couple walls. I wasn't too necessarily worried about it. I was hoping to be just more on the offensive. I'll start building some military real quick here. Let's look at here. Alright, so Jeff is just ready to go. I mean, we still have 3 minutes left, and he is just ginormous. That is absolutely insane. Okay, we got some trap sheep in. I'm so sorry. These are Jono's sheep? This is weird. This is a weird glitch right here. We have sheep trapped in the woods. I feel bad for Spencer if these were supposed to be his sheep, and then he just couldn't access them because there were trees. Let's see, we've got trade up here. It's kind of trapped, which is probably why we were hurting for gold for so long. Because, yeah, we needed this to clear up. Let's look at everybody else. Okay, so we got 2 minutes left. Chase apparently had a really strong navy from the get-go. Oh, yeah, he does. He's got fire ships. They're not fast fire ships, but they're you know what they are, typically the fire galleys or something like that, like the very first one. So this is good. There are some castles here though. Let's look over here. We have Tanner. Tanner's just now starting to build. He's got a galley here. I don't know if that was a misclick, but there's his elite longboats. Yeah, he's got regular galleys. There's Larry with more castles. Let's look at Spencer. Spencer, I don't think Spencer really did go on the water. It doesn't make sense for him to do that as a Goss. I think they can, but it's better. I was really, really excited for this matchup. I was like, okay, I'm just going to hit Jake super hard. And then I realized from my scout that Spencer was behind him. And I'm like, okay, this is not going to be as great as I thought because I hate going against Spencer. And you'll find out why. Here's Spencer. He's got some barracks, so he's going to be ready to respond. Jeff is ready to go. We got 8 seconds. Jono, I don't know, did Jono go land? See, he's got some barracks here. Okay, so we're ready to go. Got Spencer here. We got Jake with a couple ships. He starts coming in. I don't have much. I am just now starting to build. This little scout's in the way. Jake does actually have a few champions here, which is really nice. But I think he was more trying to commit to the water with as the Dravidians. Luckily, I have some bombard cannons here. That was my hope, was bombard cannons was going to replace my ships if people do attack my ships. So there's Jeff. So Jeff, I feel so bad for Jake. So Jake got hit hard by me on land pretty soon here, and then he also got hit really hard on the water by Jeff. Jeff also hit Spencer, which didn't seem like it did too much because Spencer came onto me so strong. Let's go over here. So Chase, yeah, okay, so this is what Larry was talking about, that Chase just, I mean, he was ready. And when you're ready like this, even if you set a waypoint, I mean, they're just dying before they can even do anything. Larry, luckily, oh, now he's got fast fire ships, so that's good timing on that. Larry's coming with the demo ships, which is a good counter. Let's look over here. Okay, so we have some Jono trebuchets. He's trying to take out some castles. So it looks like this was a Chase castle that did get taken out. So we have Larry and Jono playing the trebuchet war. Let's look back over here. So Jeff is just killing anything of Spencer's that's on the land. Your trade, I would say, is a lot more well protected than ours, where ours like literally crosses right on the land. Let's look over here. Okay, so I have broken through, kind of. I have 1, 2. Technically, there's still a little wall right here that didn't get built, and I didn't realize that for the longest time. Probably helped me out because then they couldn't come to me either. So I know what's coming. I know Spencer's coming, so I was like, I'm not gonna build anything. Like, I had a couple stables here, but then I realized I just need hand cannoneers. So I just go all in on the hand cannoneers. Ready for Spencer. I don't really see Spencer too much. It takes him a while to get over there. He does have his barracks. I was hoping to get rid of these so that he doesn't show up, but eventually he does. I don't get too far. I get a little bit, but then I get really pushed back. Jeff is just a huge help. He is all over here. Poor Jake. Jeff is over here taking care of Tanner as well, and anything that Spencer has on the land. We have Jono here helping out Chase. Chase was screaming for help a lot of this, so luckily he did have Jono there. He does have the water. Looks like Chase wasn't a huge factor on the water, but I think having that early, oh my gosh. Okay, so we have Jono come into play. He wants to win the water. But I think having that early group of ships really helped Chase to kind of stay relevant in the beginning. Okay, let's go back over here. Tanner and Jeff are still duking it out on the land. Jeff's got 2 different water armies. He's got a huge one there. He's got some here helping me out. So I have made it through. I got those hand cannoneers. I have these bombard cannons trying to get rid of this castle, which, I mean, everything is going great until Spencer shows up. Spencer actually was really good about shooting these onagers because they were just devastating for my groups of hand cannoneers. Eventually he switched to the lethal bombard cannons, which I hate going against him and those. Alright, so Jeff is really handing it on the water. Looks like no one has really set foot on the middle yet. Let's look over here. Okay, so Jono's going crazy with his fast fire ships. See, look over here. There still isn't a breach quite just yet. I mean, we got Jono here ready to help Chase however he can. We have Trebuchet still, just having a Trebuchet fight. This probably helped Larry a lot because he wasn't quite ready to go on the land, so he's just holding out. Alright, so we got Chase over here taking out Trebuchets from his fast fire ships. Jono is really taking Larry off of the land, which I don't know if that was necessarily... I mean, it was good. You got to win the water. I think that makes Lars just completely just transfer to the land, and Lars is very dangerous on land. Okay, so we have Tanner still over here duking it out with Jeff. I would say Jeff is winning, because he's holding Tanner off right there. He's got more there, but he's got these bombard cannon, or sorry, these cannon galleons to help. All right, so it looks like Spencer has finally showed up, or he's going to. Here's his onagers. Trying to take those out, trying to micro these guys. It's not working too well. Jeff was a good help here. He kept some ships to help me out. I don't have a lot of space to work with. So everything was kind of all just jumbled together. I think if I would have just tried to open this up a bit more, probably would have helped. Let's see, it's going back over here. We have Jono's ships. So now they're trying to attack Tanner. So Jeff is done attacking Tanner. Jeff is going to help Jono out. Tanner is still coming on strong. Let's look over here. Okay, so now Lars has pivoted to battering rams. Still have a trebuchet fight. Got some paladins finally by Lars. Jono's ready to meet him head on with all these halbs. I do not see a back wall, which is bad because if these guys are only effective in case they do get through the wall, and I'm just gonna bypass them. Probably need a back wall there. I'm not gonna complain because Jono and Chase did very well over here. Apparently they won the game. I'm hoping to see that here. Okay, we got Tanner and Jeff still here. Tanner's coming off really strong. Jeff still has a very sizable force here. Jeff is still helping over here. Spencer has showed up. Okay, so he has now worked his way through to my buildings. I'm trying to get as many hand cannoneers out there right now. At this point, I'm kind of asking for some help.
Emrin?
I'm gonna start building some bombard towers, which really save my bacon later. Doesn't do too much against Spencer because Spencer always brings so many bombard cannons. Luckily, he hasn't done that yet. He's just pivoting to onagers. Let's go over here. Okay, so we got a little group of ships over here for Jeff. We got Jeff over here. Looks like where Jeff was dominating the water, Tanner is really coming back on the water. Oh, here comes Jono. Never mind. Tanner is now getting pinched on both sides by Tanner. Jono's doing all these cannon galleons. There we go. Alright, so it looks like we're doing well in the water. Lars is still trying to maintain a small force. We have Chase over here trying to help out. What we need is a back wall. Gate. We have a back wall. Chase. That needs to go further back. You need a gate so all these guys can start going to work. Although he does have some paladins here. Alright, so there we go. There's going to be a down castle right there. Tanner's still trying to work on the water. Looks like Tanner is actually doing better on the water. Tanner looks like he's going up to help Lars out against Chase. Jeff seems to be really focused on the trade, which is good because the trade I think has moved up. It looked like it was going back here. Jeff is trying to hold back this at the same time trying to kill some of this trade. That really helps out. Trying to help us out. So I finally got some massive hand cannoneers. I managed to push Spencer back just a little bit so I can pass these guys. So
Emre?
Hey, this is looking pretty good. I got
Hazır ol.
cannons. It's just so much. Jake is still over here. I did do some damage against him, but he is still alive, so he's bringing some troops as well. Jeff is over here. He helps with a couple cannon galleons. These onagers though were just that was a good mix because it's just a couple shots of those and all my mass hand cannoneers are done. So that was really good on him. So I'm trying to move my bombard cannons back. And yeah, me and Spencer really just stay right here the entire game. It's really boring. Anyways, okay, so we got Tanner over here on the water. Don't know where he's going. Let's see. We have somebody pinging for help. We have Lars has destroyed Chase's castle. Jono's trying to do something with that trebuchet. Jono has the troops here in case he does get through, even though they haven't gotten through. Lars is starting to come back on the water a little bit. He's got a couple troops here. We have Tanner over here trying to take out Chase. Here, okay, so we have Jono taking Tanner. So Tanner has really just come back on the water. Jono's trying to do as much as he can. Doesn't look like Jeff. Okay, Jeff has finally landed on the middle island. He's gonna mine all this gold, and then he's gonna start feeding us gold, which super helps. Here, guys, still kind of stalemated. Got a mass hand cannoneers and bombard cannons. Spencer's gonna start doing his thing.
Hazır ol.
His bombard cannons. Start having a bombard cannon more. Let's see, so he's taking out my help from Jeff. Jeff's trying to supply, he's trying to rebuild his fleet. Let's fast forward just a little bit. So Jono's rebuilding his fleet. So Jono and Jeff are just all in on that. Okay, oh, so what happened here? Okay, so they busted through. So we got some blue over here. Lars is now plunging. He's going right after that trade. Plunged once. Looks like they did get the wall up. I don't know if there was a hole here at some point. It looked like there was here. There was a hole, so yeah, it was that one section that wasn't complete yet. I do remember that. So yeah, we have some paladins that need to be handed to. It looks like Jono's gonna try and handle that. But that does mean that Jono's house here, or the house already dead. So many house. All right, so Jono's just massing a huge fleet though, which is really good. I don't know. See that anybody's really responding to these paladins, which is going to be so bad for the trade. Let's see, we got Jeff over here, we have John over here. They have these fleets that are so. We have Tanner over here. He's helping Lars out. This is when Chase is probably like, guys, I need some help, because this is not looking great. Lars is starting to mass his troops. They're going to get through in a second. Let's see, we got Tanner over here on the water. He's looking good. Tanner's over here on the water. Jeff he's got his fleet of ships. He's massed them again. He's coming. Jeff is over here with the onagers, which is helpful to kind of help me regroup a little bit. But I think sometimes when I do get my hand cannoneers moving forward, they kill my hand cannoneers along with all the infantry. But I'm not going to complain with help. Yeah, so Jeff is kind of everywhere. He's helping me clear out siege. Jeff is over here mining the gold.
Evet.
Let's see, Tanner is now plunging back. I don't think they see him. Or I guess Jono sees a couple. He's trying to go after the trade again. He's trying to go right here. Ours has still people here in the trade. I don't see that anybody's trying to take care of them, which is really bad. This would make sense why at some point I just didn't have the gold. Alright, so Lars is through again. Not through again. No, he's definitely not through again. But he is massing, which is really bad. We're more or less winning the water. No, we are winning the water. We're definitely winning the water. But we're losing the land over there. Over here, I'm just really stalemated. Me and Spencer I kind of push a little bit. Spencer pushes a little bit. Kind of go back and forth. It just stays the same. Jono's here on the water. Tanner. This is a good spot though. Spencer's got bombard cannon, so this should be bad. All he has to do is pull him back. He can handle all these guys. Jono and Jeff are all here in the middle. I think they've really pivoted though. Okay, so Chase is coming over here to try and deal with Tanner. Tanner, so not only is okay, so this is where all halves. These are all were. Excuse me. This is where all of Jono's halves were. So good. They took care of Larry's paladins. Saw Tanner's ships making a dent in our trade. Look, Chase is here. After that, I mean, Tanner is still on the water. Doesn't look like he's quite pivoted to land at all, so he's just trying to do something there. Jeff is over here trying to help out Chase from the water, which is very much needed. I don't see that pushing be as much, so thank you, Jeff. Let's go back here. Jeff is helping me out a little bit as he can. I'm really just holding with all
Emre?
these hand cannoneers. As soon as I'm moving forward, though, I feel like I should have done that stance where you spread them out more, because they were so grouped. One shot monitor, even the bombard cannon, like you get two shots out right here, they still do area damage. That was just devastating. So I needed to spend this guy's life so Jeff is kind of everywhere. He's supplying people with gold. He's helping me out over here. He's on the water. Tanner's got a sizable force there, but Jeff is kind of everywhere. He's helping Chase out. Almost have this castle built. If only we had some cannon galleons over here. Larry does have some paladins that are slowly trying to house Chase. Jono's stables. Let's see. Jono is also down here. So he is working on the trade. Does look like the trade has been moved back, which is good. Yeah, still staying late over here for the most part. I did not take my eyes off of here. Got Spencer barracks here. sizable force of paladins. Jeff is here with ships. Here comes Mars with his demo ships. I feel like sometimes I keep calling Mars by a different name. Catch it. If I am so sorry. So, this is going to be very bad here, very, very soon. Again, we have Jono here. We need a gate. Send those guys. Alright, so Jeff is now sending a whole bunch of ships. See, Jono is here. I think Jeff said he eventually makes land. So Tanner's over here. So there isn't quite a definitive, like, who has Ship of the Water. Because you still have, Lars over here. Do I keep calling him Taylor? Because every time I say Lars, it's like I feel like I wasn't saying Lars before. Alright, so here comes... These guys got through to take hold. Alright, so here comes Sean with all this house. Great true mix for all these paladins. So Lars is still helping on the water. He's got these demo ships. We have Tanner with the cannon galleons. Jono's still trying to help out on the sea. Jeff is still full on the sea. Is there a transport ship? Maybe. See it yet. Alright, so let's go over here. Alright, so Jake has come alive. I don't know from where. Yeah, so Jake is still very much alive, so he has his own Dravidian fleet. He is over here. I think he decides to not fight this battle because I have bombard towers and this castle here. So I think he's just trying to get rid of Jeff's ship, docks, which is probably a lot more fun because he's a monster on the sea right now. I am trying to, if they are killing me, they stop this bombard tower from being made.
Hazır ol.
Yeah, still just kind of holding against this huge, just...
Emret.
Jeff is all over here along with Jono, but mostly just being part of Jeff. I think eventually they do make land. Okay, so Lars has plunged again. I'm sorry, I missed this. Alright, so Lars has plunged again. I don't know where. There was probably some trebuchets somewhere that punched a hole. Oh, no, it was this. Okay, so same, so... Sorry.
Evet.
Jono's house did get through right here. Like it wasn't completely walled off. So it looks like Lars found that and he pushed all the way back again. He is sending some. Jono is sending some house to kind of help. Luckily, he does have some barracks over here. Yeah, that's trade is already not doing great. Jono, we gotta move these ships. Might not be a bad idea to keep them there. Probably should still move them. All right. Spencer's starting to push up on me again. Along with Jake on the sea. I have the things to defend against him, so not necessarily too worried right there. Jeff tells me, hey, I have landed. Oh, he did land. Okay. I totally missed this. I am so sorry, Jeff. I saw this. That's what was distracting me. So it looks like he did land. He built some stables. He's starting to build some battle elephants. They're not elite battle elephants, but hey. Okay. Yeah, I want to say Dravidians are the greatest on land, but Jeff is making them work. He's starting to house Spencer. We got a castle to trade. We've got 2 castles in Spencer's base. This really helps me because if this did not happen, I don't think I would
Emret.
Spencer. I do not last against Spencer's. He's too good at it. Jake's kind of helping here. Jeff is like, hey, you guys just gotta hold. All of Spencer's attention is probably being turned toward here. Yeah, Spencer's got a lot of troops over here, so we can't pop cap wise. I think he was going to leave on me a lot. All of a sudden I stopped seeing the pressure, and I'm like, oh, hey, cool. But if this would have lasted longer, Spencer would have... So this was perfect timing for Jeff. All the pop cap is used over there. Jake is now, like, everyone's trying to turn towards Jeff. He's on top of Spencer. Jeff is everywhere. He's on the land, he's on the sea. Jeff is just an animal. Okay, so we have Chase. Looks like Lars is still in the back. We still got people here. We have some troops here. We have some ships. Chase is... I think Chase did plunge at some point. Yeah, so this is not going great. Spencer is losing. I'm starting to mass again. Spencer's not going in for round 2.
Evet.
This guy's back from his own members. Okay, so we're winning the land. The sea. Jake's over here to try and stop the sea, but Spencer's just so solidified over here.
Emret.
So slow. Spencer's trying his best to deal with them. Which, as far as it goes, I mean, Goss are a great way to counter
Hazır ol.
the Dravidians. So Jeff is now castle dropped again in the trade, so they are just demolishing that trade. Jake's over here trying to do his best. Jeff's over here to help out Chase. Jono is now waltzing into Lars's base. Seemingly uncontested. We have Lars everywhere. We got Paladins in the trade. I think banking on who can kill each other first. Lars has got a few troops here, but Jono's doing really good at taking him out. Jono is plunging House. I don't know where they're going. I guess they're just going right there. Okay. You know, I think on the spreadsheet I went ahead and gave Chase the MVP just because Lars complaining about him so much, but this needs to be changed for Jeff. Jeff really made this game. Especially with this, and like feeding us all gold, so we didn't have gold. Spencer's not giving up. He's like, hey, we can still do this. I'm gonna start advancing here pretty soon.
Evet.
Spencer had to leave. So I'm ready to go. Let's see. Chase. We have Jono here. Chase is on the water. Spencer. I mean, Jeff is just so solidified right now. I think Spencer is the Goss. As long as he's got resources, he's fine. He did resources. Like, he ran out of. Yeah, he has food, but he has nothing else. So eventually he just can't produce troops anymore.
Hey, sir.
Right, so we have John over here. Looks like he's kind of. Looks like Lars really has to fight him anymore, except for a few paladins in the back. Jono is on the sea, he's on the land. That's a little last little bit of Jake. Jeff still has gold coming in. Jeff. And. Yep, there it is. GG. I start finally going in.
Narrator.
Yeah, this was Jeff's game. That land drop was useless. Took out Spencer. I mean, Spencer still has some stuff, but yeah, Spencer ran out of resources. Yeah, once you ran out of gold, or once you ran out of wood, it's game over,
Yeah.
Goss.
Hey, sir. Narrator.
Good game. Fast forward this. I didn't see this early plunge by Chase. I think this was more just Jeff. Alright, so let's look at the statistics. Definitely the score goes to Jeff. I had the economy score. Jake had technology. Larry had society. Total score goes to Jeff. Yeah, so this is definitely a Jeff MVP game. I had the best KDA or the kill ratio, but that's just because of the Turks going against the Goths. That's the only explanation for that. Jeff managed to actually do similar as the Dravidians, which is very impressive. And look at those buildings raised right there. It's lost only 6. Largest army definitely goes to Jeff. Yeah, he had a monstrous navy. Super quick. Economy. How did I get the economy score when I didn't have any stars? Oh, I sent the most. I sent it all to Jeff. So I sent Jeff a whole bunch of food. Which would make sense because he didn't have any food. Because he landed and all of a sudden he's like, I need food so he can build all those elephants. So I gave him a lot of food. I think all this 10,000 came at one time. And then he was supplying me with gold. So yeah, that all went to Jeff. Jeff had the most wood. He had the most. Spencer had the stone. Tanner was the Sultan. Back in its rightful place. Because Tanner always has the most gold. Jeff killed everyone with the up times. Let's see. Castles. Larry wins with 7. Jeff had captured with the relic gold. Villager high goes to me. 2. And that's it. GG. That was a good game. I was a little worried there. If Spencer did not have to turn, I would have lost. So I've noticed I can't really 1v1 Spencer. That's an issue. Apparently I'm the highest ranking person according to people, so Spencer can 1v1 me, Is he not the highest ranking person? He'll get there one day. I think after tonight we officially upgraded him to a 7. And next round,